It's the one day that I don't use my phone. That quote, of course, is from Charlie Kirk. And while in my psychiatric reflections, I usually don't comment on political commentators, nonetheless, I find that particular quote, "It's the one day that I don't use my phone," to be particularly compelling. It's a Sabbath, so to speak. You know, we use our phones, of course, all too often. Everybody's talking about it, but everybody is hooked. We're addicted. Scrolling and scrolling, the emails, the pings, the notifications, on and on it goes. What's going on? Well, we're getting this neurotransmitter activated called dopamine. So it's like a sort of a digital IV drip of dopamine that gets surged through our body again and again and again. We get addicted. You know, so many people, they come to my office, they more and more with ADHD because they can't focus. They say that people who do videos like I do, you need to have something real strong, compelling in the first 3 seconds, or else people would simply scroll on because they can't wait that long. Many people, they'll scroll and scroll and scroll for a couple of hours and then wake up and say, what was I doing? How much time I wasted? Because they're addicted. Wasting time, sadly, is a way of wasting life. Many years ago, the words were, 6 days you shall work, and the seventh day shall be a day of rest. I believe that is what would be best for the human condition. Not a day of rest in the terms of being lazy, but a day of sort of regaining your sacred rhythm. A day when, by getting rid of the phone, stepping away from technology, then you're able to really spend time with your spouse, with your children, with yourself, have a sense of being, time with your soul. The prefrontal cortex, the front of our brain, gets affected. I don't think it can handle all this stimulation constantly, going from thing to thing. And when it rests, when it has time to rest, then it can be in touch more with what it's there for, which is judgment and empathy and executive functioning. Of course, people will say to me, but doctor, if I skip a day without my phone, think of all the things I won't be able to do. But what we've learned actually is that by having that day of rest, that day away from the phone, it actually makes the other days, the other times, much more efficient, and you actually wind up getting much more done. Again, I don't believe that human beings are made. I don't think we are made to deal with all this constant stimulation. As the quote goes, when I cease doing, in other words, when I stop doing, then I will start to be. I will be being. I'll be able to simply be. Slow down, you move too fast. You got to make the morning last, just kicking down the cobblestones, looking for fun and feeling groovy. Well, I don't know if you do this that you feel groovy, but I do think you get more in touch with family and friends and with yourself. Actually, a study was done at Stanford a couple of years ago, and it showed that people who put away their phone for 24 hours, one day every week, they wind up having significant less anxiety. The dopamine is able to resensitize, the brain is able to heal, people sleep better, their mood is better, and family dynamics are much better as well. I believe that the world is waiting for people to have this kind of Sabbath. I believe that people who take that time away from their phone will do much better from a mental health, and I've seen this time and time again, mental and emotional health. So take that time, give it a try, maybe 3 or 4 weeks in a row. You'll find when you first do it, you'll say, what is this? You'll be sort of upset with yourself because you'll start going through withdrawal. You get restless, you'll get bored, you say, this is ridiculous. But if you hang in there and do it for a few weeks in a row, you'll find that the distractions, the static, all the noise, well, that will begin to go away and you'll luxuriate and be connected. Be connected once again to be able to hear your soul sing.